If you haven't been watching my streams recently, you've been missing out. I've been doing some despicable, unbelievably crazy things, well, mostly just because of a challenge that my team lost against the Master of Luck's team. I'm not saying it was rigged anything, but he did have pro players. Technically, I said he could get anyone, but here we are. The challenge was the team that lost, either I or Master of Luck, would have to eat glizzies. Raw glizzies, straight out of the pack. I took it a step further and said that I would do them whole. Ultimately, yes, my team lost, but I did hit this crazy snipe. Nice. Oh, no way! No way! Unreal! So then, in defeat, I accepted my fate. Yeah, it's actually really gross watching it back, and I don't want to have any part of that because that was disgusting. Somehow I consumed 8 whole raw hot dogs, and Master of Luck even gave me $50 for that. So GG's only, I guess. If you want to get in on even more of the crazy action happening all the time, go to caffeine.tv/Dr. Pineapplez and follow my live stream by clicking the star. You can find that link in the description box below. I'd love to see you there, and come compete for a chance to win a free Fortnite gift. So in case you guys didn't know, Fortnite's first update for this season, version 14.1, dropped earlier this morning, and along with it, there are a ton of new POIs, and there are a lot of new mysteries, and just a lot more to talk about. And in this video, I want to try and dive into some of the particulars and try to assess what's happening here within this season. Since Fortnite actually doesn't release patch notes anymore, it's sometimes hard to tell what is happening in the game. They send an abbreviated version of these patch notes to creators to, I guess, help spread the word about what's actually happening. They sent this to me last night just before the update. So the first one says, "The Armored Avenger. Tony Stark's temporal beacon brings Stark Industries to the island," and this is true. It's pretty much just taken out the entirety of Frenzy Farm and surrounding areas. Tony Stark himself is even a boss at this location, and there are new powers in the game, including Iron Man's repulsors, as well as abilities for She-Hulk, Thor, and even Venom. Venom in the game? That alone adds an even extra layer of security on top of our Spider-Man skin leaks. I would expect them at some point. This whole POI is on an island, and the island is right in the northeastern sort of middle-ish area of the map. The island itself is pretty large. This Stark Industries POI is only one tiny part, maybe like 10% total of the entire island that you can explore and do various different things on. But yeah, the main area is only in a very limited part. There was also another map change where Heroes Park has come up on the map, and of course you can see the Avengers logo on the park sign. So now it's giving us a lot more references. Saying Avengers opens the door to a lot more. There have been many of these POIs that have sprouted out over the first 2 or so weeks of this season. Of course, you know, you've got Ant Manor, you've got Panther's Prowl, now you've got Heroes Park, Stark Industries. It just looks like the island is just getting more advanced and more physically prepared to fight against Galactus every day whenever he ends up coming. We don't know exactly when Galactus is coming, but a huge indicator is the star up in the sky, which a lot of you guys have asked me about. It's been around for ever since the season started, but I believe it does look a bit brighter now. It seems to be more vibrant, and it is flickering off and on a lot more than I was used to seeing it, and generally it could be me, but it looks a little bigger. This should come as no surprise though, because we know that's going to continue to get bigger and brighter and get very close to us before it actually does hit our map in some way, and Galactus will be inside, and Galactus will be fighting the island, I'm assuming, in some live event later this season. I think it's just the best thing ever that they added the new abilities to the game with Iron Man, Thor, and She-Hulk. We knew they were coming, but it's nice to see them in the game. It also appears as though the lore is progressing quickly with, like I already said, tons of new POIs already in the game and tons more upcoming. I wonder how many of these we could eventually get. And another wild thought that I have that I don't know if is valid or possible or not, but what if enough of these POIs sprout up out of the ground in a mountain-like formation, and the entire map is basically covered up by a new war zone, one that would have been entirely set up by the people and the heroes that came to this map that would specifically be able to defend and fight against Galactus. So that is a thought. Potentially most of the map, if not the entire map this season, could be eradicated by these new places popping up. I'm not sure how far they're going to go with this, but we'll just have to wait and see. I would assume we are due for many more Avengers skins in the game. Not just Avengers, but Marvel skins in general. Black Panther and Ant-Man have monuments. They should, in theory, get a skin as well at some point. There are various leaks and hints that make us think Spider-Man is coming, and now that Venom has an ability in the game, and we know Venom has a strong tie-in and association with Spider-Man, it's pretty fair to conclude that Spider-Man, especially based on what we knew before today's update, has a great chance of coming to the game. These POIs are mysterious, and while there are still a lot of questions remaining about why they're coming, one thing is for sure. They are being influenced and introduced by the rift beacons that are around the map that activate into various different forms. They have to be what are responsible for all of these different areas coming to the game. Now, who knows who is actually behind the purpose these beacons are here? Could it be Tony Stark? Could it be Thor? Or could it be Doctor Strange even? That's another character from Marvel who I've discussed this theory about more in detail on one of my recent videos. You can check it out if you'd wish. Epic has done a great job so far this season. They knocked it out of the park with some content, and now they're coming through with the lore, and already have been coming through with the lore very heavily the past 2 weeks since this season has been out. And I'm very excited about the future of what to expect and just this game in general, because people who say Fortnite is a dead game, they have no clue what they're talking about. They just don't like it, which is fair. You don't have to like it, but it doesn't mean you have to absolutely lie like that, you know? Like anybody who looked into it just a little bit would see that it is not a dead game. There's all new excitement and buzz about the game all the time because of its consistent and quality new updates, map changes, and more. Apparently, they gave everyone who owns the Oblivion skin a new style for her, and it's Gold Oblivion, which is very cool and very interesting, and I wonder why they decided to do this. This is probably a bit of a stretch, but could this have anything to do with Midas? We know he's alive, and we know he's well because Donald Mustard confirmed that a while ago, but what's up with Midas? Make sure to subscribe and hit that bell if you're new for all new updates for when I go live, or when I'm posting a new video, or doing anything like that. Also, go follow my live stream, caffeine.tv, in the description below, and I'll catch you in my next upload. Till then, guys, take it easy and peace out.